Okay, with that, I'm back. I'll be continuing from where I left off. I think my break went on for pretty long. It's fine. Now we're back. So we were stuck with this thing. Uh, so the pending task. We were working on fixing the bugs and make our characters movable. As we can see, it's still broken. Uh, So basically our make the player run, move, and walk properly. Okay. So these are the things we have to do right now. Let's work on that. For now, let's comment out in part add enemies, right? Spawn Ure, spawn Kotaku, spawn Ure, spawn Kotaku. Okay, right. Key release. So for now, we will comment out, say, Yuri and Gotoku part so that we can focus on our player. Uh, okay. And what was happening on key press? There's a jump mechanics, there is attack mechanics. Uh, okay. These all are like related to our enemy. All these changes. This is our play stuff. Let's focus on this for now. All right. So first thing we need to fix is the movement. Uh, let's say our player will be moving forward, and way our game mechanics will be is like as player move forward, the game will move forward, the background will remain static, and um, yeah, and the scenes will update accordingly. Let's say when player crosses certain, basically like let's say the whole map will be of the length of the whole map since we're going horizontal will be of certain length, let's say 1024 pixel or something like that. That's how I envision it to be in this framework. This is how they might be doing it. Sure. Uh, but now let's see what's happening. If you see when we jump, what's happening is we're getting stuck here. Right? The frame is not getting back to the way it was. So let's see. Here, all right. So if player is grounded and player is not attacking, this is what will happen on left, right? Uh, so what we want here is once we click on left, right? Instead of him going back and forth like this, we want him to actually go back, like we want him to turn around, right? So we need this player to turn. What is this player dot direction? Mm, let's ask Claude for help now. This is code for my to game currently using Kubernetes. Uh, there are multiple issues with this, and I need your help to fix all. Let's start providing it. We'll try to minimize the context. I mean, like, we'll try to minimize the prompts. We'll try to go for one shot prompt. But, like, yeah, I don't think we can complete all the bugs in one shot. So, yeah. So, uh, when my player currently in the sky, player is looking for. So when I press left, the player should turn and back, look back, and do the movement over there, and accordingly directions where I'm moving in, either left or right. That's first, and then second is uh, let's look at all those things. What's happening? Uh, like the speed is increasing when I'm pressing shift. Okay, pressing shift with left is it for like right now I'm pressing shift for right. That's also not good. Okay. Shift with right or left button. Currently run animation is not working properly with all the player actions, player related actions, and that particular movement, be it run, walk, and with all the player related movements, in particular, the movement it run, walk, it run, walk, jump. When it ends, when it ends, user should get back to idle, right? I wonder what are these rectangles, where they're coming from. Most likely there is something added over there, which is displaying this in the code. See, it should get back to idle state. For now, let's is there anything we can, for now, it's what I'm seeing. Let's see, he's moving forward. Right now, I'm trying to go back. He's able to go back. Okay, back to idle state. Now, let's see. Okay, it's generating code for us. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Before we proceed, I think we have history in this also, right? Now maybe it's cool. Oh, like, so for now, let's just say, once the player complete, okay, let's copy. Even though like we have history here, and like VS Code keeps a history for reset. Let's see. Uh, let's run it inside. Not so that like VS Code goes down, at least nothing happens here. Oh, as you can see, this looks much better, but as soon as I click for jump, it froze. But now you can see in the idle state is moving. That animation is working. But when I'm moving him forward or backward, you can see he's flipping right, left, but he is not showing any running animation or other animations properly. Currently, character is not showing running, walking animation or jumping. Um, jumping on things. Choose with respective methods. Let's see. I don't like that he is updating the whole thing. Maybe like if he just updates that part wherever he can find the issue, that would be nice. Uh, anyways, let's see. I will be Oh, it's a canvas. So we are working on this part right now. Then like we make it jump properly, attack properly, and then we will start adding enemies. I think before this I should add a platform under like ground UI because currently it looks like he's like in air. Okay, let's see. Still nothing. Same issue. Uh, all right, let's try to fix it ourselves. Let's see why it's not doing that. Key fixes made. Let's see first why the run thing is not working. Oh, sorry, the walk thing is not working. Is it that okay? Because previously, if you remember, that thing was working. The walk uh, minus speed. Okay, player dot flip x. If it would left, let's say right. This is our thing right now. Player dot direction one. What is direction? Okay, direction is our own construct. Let's see. So, alright, player one. In player sprite. So now what happens is if player dot current sprite is not equal to new sprite, then we change it. Player dot current sprite is equal to then become new sprite. Player dot use. Let's see how it's different from what we had before. Uh, we had a position also, which we don't have. Um, see, we had this thing, the idle animation initially, but it was not working at all previously. Now at least this part is working. Uh, Actually, I should not compare it with this. This is like a git commit that I, but like, oh yeah, I have committed that last stupid was broken. So, uh, anyways, let's see. I don't know. I'm stuck with like a very basic concept, but I have completed. Uh, at least this thing is working. This thing animation is broken out run. Is it running? Yeah, like the speed is increasing, and for walking the speed is still. I think the only issue right now would be we don't have it keeps course. Okay. All right. So coming back to that thing, there will be change players right. Let's try to debug this. change player sprite. And what just happened is, I'll tell you, like, um, when I was walking, at that time the sprite was not there. This function was not called, but like when I jumped, at that time this function got called. So it seems like change player sprite is not getting called at all when we are calling this method. Is it breaking something like in console? So let's see what's happening over here. 26. Why is it 37? Everything. It's TypeScript. That's why. Okay. No, it's JS. So why is everything compiled over this? Because we are not using any. We're just creating the bundle over here and serving it right away. All right, it's fine. We have some clutter. We go through that. Seems like it's not even going inside this function, this statement. Okay, so let's see now. Yeah, got called and display grounded. There is that function. Let's check if it is. Because this function is giving me false currently, that's what's causing this not to. What is this function doing? Uh, if currently landing on a platform. Okay, so currently, according to the code, he is not landing on the platform. That's why, like, we have this issue. Let's see. I feel like I don't know. The code doesn't look very good to me. I will revert back to the way it was. Uh, One good thing that happened is we got that initial idle code from it, so we understand what was breaking earlier is uh, key release, key plus, key down left right space, this change place right. Mm, yeah, so we didn't put it idle initially, that's why it was not running, I guess. So we have it previously. Oh no, we didn't. It's like a last save version. Change place right here we will all this. Okay, as you can see, hmm, and now that idle thing is there. And for us, uh, as you can see, like I'm not doing very good with this, but yeah, I think I will catch up slowly. But you know, I don't want it to be too slow. Maybe right now, one issue is that player is grounded is giving us false. So basically, it's not working for us. Uh, yeah, they gave us some good code about flipping. So maybe like I can copy this part. So I think same thing almost. Yeah, key down. Key down. There are no find speed zero, speed zero. Speed shift. Direction. Speed. Change place right. It's just kind of refactored and cleaner. It's place right. Okay. Mhm. You see, he's not coming back to the jump. Jump we will come back to. First, let's try to fix walk and run. Mm. So what's happening is the grounded thing. Is grounded. Oh, start explaining. I thought like I have to explain what's happening on my bad. There is grounded, there is grounded. The body component becomes a back. Will imagine the value object is touching, so standing or something. Yeah. In a way, it's in the air. Is that what's happening? Maybe. I need a platform under the user. I remember I downloaded sprites from somewhere that day. Maybe this was the website. Oh, this was the Kapley was like a new fork of Kabul. Anyways, what's it? Um, I think it was this graphics. Uh, Tile circuit. Hmm. Think the reason could be that he's actually standing in the air. That's why his grounded is false. So like we're not getting any animation for that. You were right. If player is grounded, else if can double jump. Player jump, double jump false. Okay. Who is grounded? One is grounded as false. I need to add a platform under the player to do it. To is provide me the changes only. Correct. Changes only. Okay. All it loads, I will be back. Mm. Okay, seeing something. Platforms to each platform. It seems like the platform was there because previously also we had something. Just try to understand what this platform was. Hmm. Okay, not solid. I'm just trying to make the platform solid. Yeah, this is the issue. But somehow, for some reason, in my rule saying like this solid doesn't exist. Why? I don't. It should ideally. It's also this solid as tiles. Is this the platform? Like what is happening? Why is he under? I think it's because of these changes. Okay, I'm standing on the platform. Anyways, the issue is like still not solid. Let's do this framework about this. K dot solid is not a function. Getting error K dot solid is not a function. K dot solid is not a function. Properties in the body has a connect. Uh, it's saying it's not a function in my version of the function. What does that mean? What version am I using? 3000.7. Uh, Kaboom is what was the last version? I think in Couplet they might have that. That's why it's like this. Like it's looking up that from Couplet, maybe that there's that solid function. Uh, but branches. It has till 2000 only. Uh, Oh, 3000 points. Oh, okay, so I'm using like whatever was the last version, and at that time, solid was not. Let's try the update. I think that might have solid, and that's where no, it doesn't have that either. It seems. Uh, what were we checking for? Solid. Something went wrong. Okay. Oh, something. Solid. Um, I don't see solid still. Okay, let's see what he has to say. It says solid was replaced with properties in the body component. Use the correct platform code, remove the blah blah. Specifically define the collision area shape with K dot area. Okay. K area was previously also there. I'm not sure. Yeah, did that. But let's try. And only support polygon and red shapes. That's what we have set here, right? K dot red. What was there previously? K dot red. Solid was talking about area only. Where is this coming? World area. Okay. I think it's like, yeah. Uh, let's see. Shape is right. Okay. All right, so k dot solid. Let's keep it this way only for now. So sorry, k dot solid that area shape scale that offset cursor. Right. And what was their value? Shape. Okay. Let's see what area. Generates collider area from shape and enables collision detection. Take area. This is like shape, new polygon, create this. Okay, I feel like Claude is not very good at this task. Let's try with. I'm gonna try this with ChatGPT now. I'm not sure why Claude is hallucinating on this. Uh, it might be like it has previous what version of this referring to the uh, latest you have. The latest version of Google I have knowledge about this version 3000 V3, which was released in okay. Version 2.x only, but 3000 was the last. Not directly above a platform. This could be the issue, I feel. Maybe everything is correct. It's just player is not correctly above the platform. Because I don't understand either. But if you see these things, these most like the other platforms. And let me see how these platforms are generated. Like these are the platforms, right? So now I think I understand what we have. So we have created like this matrix of four platforms. But like I don't understand this part either. That why you see in together. Um, anyways, maybe I think it's a good time to continue with the tutorial that we will have. Yeah.
So to do that, we're gonna generate a random number between, let's say, minus 50 and plus 50, and then just add that to get the y position of the bottom pipe. To get the y position of the top pipe, we just need to say height divided by 2 minus pipe gap divided by 2. So let's first try that. So like I said, I'm gonna first define a constant called pipe gap. Let's just set it to 100 for now. And by changing this number, you'll be able to change the difficulty of the game. And then when we draw these pipes, for the bottom pipe, we can just say for the y position, height parentheses divided by 2 plus pipe gap divided by 2. And then we can do something similar for the top pipe. but just do minus pipe gap divided by 2. And then you might not see much of a difference, but now we're generating these positions programmatically. So if you want to make the gap smaller to 50, you can do that. But let's keep it at, let's say, 120 for now. And the next thing I want to do is I want to be able to move these pipes up and down, or generate these pipes at a random position by moving them sort of up and down. Because if we always generate these pipes at the same position, it's going to be pretty boring. To do that, I'm going to go back to the drawing. And conceptually, what we want to do is we want to, we have the central point, and we want to be able to move it up and down randomly, just like that. So to do that, we're going to generate a random number between, let's say, minus 50 and plus 50, and then just add that to height divided by 2. And that way, conceptually, we can move the central point just like that. And to do that, we have a function for it. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say constant offset equals ran. So this is going to be the random number between minus 50 and 50. And here, I need to say height divided by 2 plus offset, plus offset right here. And then same thing for the top pipe as well, plus offset. And this way, every time you refresh this game, you can see that the pipe should be generated at a random position, sometimes over here and sometimes over here. And the next thing we want to do is we want to be able to move the pipes to the left. So that way, this birdie is going to stay here, and then the pipes are going to come over here. To do that, specify this action function. And this is a function that we can use to specify something we want to do to certain game objects every frame. And to use this action function, we need a way to find these two pipes. And to do that, we're going to use what's called a tag. So let me show you what I'm going to write here. I'm going to put string pipe here, and then the same string pipe here. So this string is one of the components of these game objects, and it's what's called a tag. And this is a way to specify the type of these game objects. So we're tagging them with pipe, and we can find these game objects using that tag in the action function. So the first argument in the action function is going to be tag of the game objects that we want to do something with or do something to. And then the second argument is going to be the function that's going to be run every frame. And that's going to take each of these game objects. We're calling it pipe again, but this is a JavaScript variable this time. And then inside this function, we can just say pipe.move minus 60, 0. Move is a function that we can use to move anything in the game. And then we're specifying the x offset, which is minus 60, and y offset, which is nothing, 0. So with this, the pipes are going to move like that. If you want to make it slower, you can change the number here to, let's say, minus 100. It's slightly slower now, but let's change it back to minus 60 for now. And the next step is to detect the event where the player collides with one of the pipes, because right now, when that happens, nothing happens. So we need to fix that. And to do that, we need to use this function, player.collides. And this function is going to take two arguments. The first one is going to be the tag of the objects that we want to detect player colliding. And the second argument is going to be the function that's going to be run when that event occurs. And the next step is to detect the event where the player collides with one of the pipes, because right now, when that happens, nothing happens. So we need to fix that. And to do that, we need to use this function, player.collides. And this function is going to take two arguments. The first one is going to be the tag of the objects that we want to detect player colliding. And the second argument is going to be the function that's going to be run when that event occurs. So for now, I'm just going to say debug.log collided. And with this code, let's see what happens. So actually, nothing happens. We don't see the log here at the collided. And that's because we're missing something. And that's this component right here, area. So this component tells Kaboom to create a collision area for this particular game object. And same thing for this one. And we need this component for both of the things that are colliding, for the pipes and the player, which already has area. And that's why it wasn't working before, I believe. So let's see if that's actually the case. And now it's working. And of course, we don't want to just show this string as a log. We want to go to, let's say, a game over screen. So how do we do that in Kaboom? To do that, we're going to use what's called scenes. First of all, let me explain what they are. So scenes are basically different stages in a Kaboom game. So as an example, in your game, you might have three scenes: intro, game, and game over. When the player starts, they'll see the intro screen, and they might click or press something, to go to the game screen, play the game a little bit, and when they lose, they'll go to the game over screen, and you can ask them to, do some action to go back to the game again. So this is an example of how scenes can be used, but in this particular game, we're going to use only two scenes. Game, which is where you can play the game that we're developing right now, and the game over screen, which is going to say just game over and show the current score and the high score later too. To make all of that, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to wrap pretty much everything we wrote so far in a scene called the game. To do that, I'm going to use the scene function. This is going to take two arguments. The first is going to be the name of the scene, and then the second is going to be the function that represents the name of the scene, and then the second is going to be the function that represents what we need to put in that scene. So we can just do that, and let's see what happens. So now you see a blank screen, and that's because we have defined this scene, but we haven't loaded yet. So basically, Kaboom doesn't know which scene to load unless you tell them explicitly. And to do that, you can just write go game, and now it works. The next thing we want to do
That scene, we already have a game scene. We have only one scene.
is we want to define a new scene.
And for the collision, let's see. We have two characters. So when attack happens, like that thing, and let's go back.
To create a collision. So let's change it back to -60 for now. And the next when that event occurs. So
Okay, might have changed. T1 tag, T2, then there is action. Uh, attack box. Yeah. Okay.
So for now, I'm just going to say debug.log collided. And with this code, let's see what happens. So actually, nothing happens. We don't see the log here at the collided. And that's because we're missing something. And that's this component right here, area. So this component tells Kaboom to create a collision area for this particular game object, and same thing for this one. And we need this component for both of the things that are colliding, for the pipes and the player, which already has area. And that's why it wasn't working before, I believe. So let's see if that's actually the case. And now it's working. And of course, we don't want to just show this string as a log. We want to go to, let's say, a game over screen to go to this scene. +3 here to the height, and -3. This function is going to allow us to do something with the player every frame. And here, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the player's Y position, and we'll say if it's greater than the height. So the height would be right here. If it's greater, that means it's out of the screen, right over here. So if it's the case, or if the Y position is less than 0, so out of the screen on this side, then, let me write if here, then we're going to go to game over. So let's test that. If you go out of the screen, you go to game over, and if you go out of the screen this way, you go to game over too. And actually, what we're going to do here is we're going to add +3 here to the height, and -30 here to allow the player to go a little bit out of the screen, but not too much. Now, the next obvious flaw that we should fix in the current state of the game is that we're only producing one set of pipes. We want to keep producing more. To do that, the first thing we're going to do is we're only producing one set of pipes. We want to keep producing more. To do that, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this code that we're using to produce those pipes, and then we're going to put it in a function. So we're going to call that produce pipes. And I'm putting this code in a function just for basically style, just so that it's easier to read. And once we put it in a function, we can just call it here and make sure it works. All right, it's working. And the next step after that is to use this loop function. What this function does is, for the number that we give here, we say for every 1.5 seconds in this particular case, we want to do something. And that something is going to be contained in this second argument, which is a function. And so we can just put this produce pipes function call here. And every 1.5 seconds, we should be able to produce pipes. Just like that. Now, the pipes are being produced right here at a weird location. So we can fix that by going into our produce pipes function here, and then removing this minus 100 part. And that way, we're producing these pipes at the right-hand side of the screen. Producing these pipes here at a weird location. So we can fix that by going, and every 1.5 seconds, we should be able to produce pipes. Just like that. Now, the pipes are being produced right here at a weird location. So we can fix that by going into our produce pipes function here, and then removing this minus 100 part. And that way, we're
So what's happening here is we have two sprites. Okay, these two are for like the alternate pipes. Okay.
we're producing these pipes at the right-hand side of the screen because, the birdie is jumping a little too hard. We can fix that by giving a number to jump, which is going to represent, how hard the player is going to jump. 100 is probably not enough, so let's say maybe 200. Let's try that. Still not enough. Maybe 400. Okay, I think it's pretty good. I can play pretty comfortably, and if I want to change the difficulty, I can change these numbers, like how hard the player jumps and how long the gap is, or how wide the gap is. And just looking at the game here, I noticed these pipes are being made at the exact same height every time. So let's see what's going on here. Actually, I checked it earlier, and it turned out the problem was we're producing this random offset outside of this produce pipes function. So let's fix that by putting it here. And now it should be okay. Yeah, it looks okay. The pipes are being made at different heights, and it's more interesting that way. Okay, and there are only a few more things that we want to add to this game. The first thing we want to add is a score system. So when the game scene is loaded, we're going to define a new variable called, let's say, just score. We're going to start at 0, and then we're going to use the bottom pipe to keep track of if the player has passed one of these pipes. So like I said earlier, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to say if the pipe hasn't been passed yet, so left corner by 60.
One thing I just realized is this game doesn't have a platform. User, basically like the player in Flappy Bird, is just like jumping, right? There's no surface under him, and there's just pipes and all. So that's how this basic game is. But like, yeah, it gave us a good overview, but still, like, I don't know about the platform really here, uh, which I'm still trying to figure out. Yeah. So, okay, I think this is my platform, right? So let's look at the platform. It created this platform. Yeah, and this is the platform. Something presented just above the bottom platform. Mm, let's see. Then is he grounded? Is user player grounded now? It's still false. Okay. You can see it's just false still. Yeah, I don't understand why. Mm, okay, table dot log. Okay, okay, still not giving us what we want. Uh, oh, I think I haven't updated the code properly. Wait, I copy pasted, but it seems like there was some issue on pasting. That's why like the platforms are still red. Oh, white. Okay, let's see. Uh, yeah, still there is nothing. Hmm, I don't understand. Right now, at least he's standing on something, but still like not doing. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Uh, it's so hard, man. Still, I think I chose maybe. I won't say stupid framework. I'm stupid at this time. But like, yeah, something is really wrong. I can't figure it out. Let's Google a platform. Let's use Perplexity now. So say and open it can platform and make sure it's let's see if I can find some Substack and all. Oh, sorry, Stack Overflow. Uh, e-commerce web communication very labs, blah, blah, blah. Hmm. Let's look at this. Uh, we have this. So here is a platform, right? And what's happening? Uh, there is outline. We don't have outline here. What does outline do? We don't outline. Here also outline. What is outline? Okay, course. Oh, that is outline. Okay. Uh, set gravity 16. Now, before we should define the gravity of our pretty significant refresh the field. Do we have a gravity in our world? It's so let's define some gravity in our world too. Uh, so here, let's say gravity would be 200 only, right? Let's see. Oh, now it's working. So what we were missing was the gravity. Gravity. Look at that guy. I feel very stupid and I feel everything Claude was trying was also stupid. So it's important that you understand what you're doing. Still, I don't think AI is that capable to find out the mistakes. Or maybe it is, like maybe the model that I'm using is not that great. It's 3.7. I think 3.7 is good. But still, like it was not able to find out the issue, which was just right there in documentation that you have to set gravity. Simple thing. Uh, it seems like if there is no gravity, then there is nothing now. Which is true in our environment. Okay. 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 Basically. Let's also make sure on our B can only jump when it's grounded and keep the space when it's grounded. Okay. Okay, we figure out that. Pinless challenge. Let's start adding an obstacle to jump over. Okay, that is the okay. So this much is our I need to change something sprite. So if you see it's like the sprite is this big. And I might need to make it small. Or maybe I can keep the sprite as it is, just the player part I need to cut out. Alright, so now let's say I remove the outline. It's working. And after jump, he doesn't fall. After jump, it doesn't go back to normal. Jump. It is grounded, change is bright. Alright, it fix issues. Fix it, it will allow gravity to gravity and is my updated code. Okay, I'll be getting a call. Okay, I'm back. Um, to make it more cleaner, I will need for our uh, platform, I will need some sprites, right? Like the tags and all, so that it looks at least a bit better than how it is right now. So let's try to find tags. I don't know why I like this one. It looks kind of okay for our game. Okay. Okay, let's see. It's downloaded. It's there. Let's see what we have. AG background. Oh, I actually like this background. It's something. Anyways, it's, this looks actually better. Um, okay, so we have the bricks. So let's see what we can do with that. We might lab that stuff. Let's do it in my okay. Hmm. There's a lot going on. honest, I think this collectible objects is cool, but for now, I'll stick to the storyline because we have to finish some part of what we planned for today. And where are we right now? It's walk and run is kind of working fine. Okay. When we stop after running, it doesn't. Uh, we just keep doing whatever it's doing. Like it doesn't stop after that, right? So let's take that jump. It stays in like whatever last frame. So for running and all, he's repeating the frames, animation, and for other things. Okay. So I think that first part is still not done in a way. Let's keep this in front so that I know what I'm doing. Uh, but I have to finish. So character is movable in the game now, but the movements. Oh, sorry. This is the full picture. This is the main task for today. Then, yeah, main character is part of the game. So I think uh, NPC which can interact and get the points. Sure, NPC I'll be adding today. Let's see. Basically, like these things that I'm adding for later, this will just enhance the quality of the game, make it more playable. Uh, but for me, right now, important thing is that there is a player and the mechanics start working. Like there's a player who's moving around and all, and then there's enemy which can harm him and all. And then after this, like I can jump into my second thing. That was important for me. That is like the gestures, basically. Uh, Control the player with gestures. Mm, webcam, right? So that kind of control I want to provide. So this game can become like, something you can play for your physical activity, right? Like you're jumping and the player is jumping, you're running, the player is running, or maybe something like that. Like I don't know like how much capable I am and the libraries that I'll be using are. Uh, right now, I don't know. I might need to develop something new, but right now I'm relying on the agents to do that, like everything. Uh, the LLMs and the agents to do most of the coding. I'll just try to fix wherever like there are issues. Uh, yeah. Um, okay, coming back to this, we make the player move around. Okay, so now what's happening is after we change the player sprite uh, to run, right, let us play, blah, 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 change player sprite. This is for left, right, player idle on key rules. So basically, right now, this thing is not working. It's supposed to work, right? Like if he's not attacking and we have released the key, it should basically uh, come back to idle position. Uh, you can see like when he jumps, player is actually jumping. There is like a jump force 600 meters jumping. Uh, can double jump true and fast. So basically, we can do double jump. Maybe later on, I can add infinite jumps. Like we can, if we keep jumping, it will jump. like within that time frame before he is landing. If he jumps again, then like he can jump, let's say right now. And so he can keep jumping. Like, let's just say our player can jump any dimension. And, this looks broken. Let's put it back to the way it was for now. Okay, coming back to this. After jumping, uh, change place bright jump, change place bright positions here. After that, key press release, key release, right? Uh, let's just say key of weight active. So on attack, what do we have? Is attacking, current attack combo. So the logic here says, uh, basically we're picking up the sprites based on instead like I want to make it simpler and have different attacks associated with different keys maybe. Would that be simple? So current attack combo. It's like if you would start attacking, is attacking true, current attack combo, modulo 3, it's like modulo 3. So say within 30,000 seconds, current time minus last attack time. So if he's attacking within that 1,000 second window, if then we are considering everything. Three, okay. Based on that, like we pick up the last attack time. Last attack time is equal to current time. What is current time? Date of now. Okay. So okay, we are updating it. And where do we reset the last attack time after this? Uh, Seems like we are not resetting the last attack time. It does not matter, is it? Oh, okay, maybe it doesn't matter because current time, let's say if it was a while ago and now it's been 1,000, then we'll put current attack combo equal to 0. Okay. Okay, model 3, this one. Change place right. And you have things after any movement is done. After any press is released, then after say certain interval 0.1 second, let's say after certain, let's say player comes back to idle position. Oh, it says I'm out of messages until 5:30 p.m. It's fine. Talk to ChatGPT then maybe. And then after that, we'll go to Fire Studio maybe. Mhm. I think Fire Studio is free right now. But we are like pro people for now. Uh, yeah, that way we can test out like which models are also good for free tab users. And then like maybe I can switch to, I don't know, but like if there's any small model which is capable, like Olama, and I have some, I have Olama, so like I can switch to some Llama based code model. I heard there are some good ones, but I don't know how big they are. If they can run on a consumer grade 16 GB Mac. Let's see. Okay, do you have any listing time? I will. Okay, we don't have this yet, right? Okay, key release. There is not done. For now, like I'm interested in seeing why it's not going here. Uh, debug.log, key released. Perfect. Here, is attacking because for some reason it's not going back to text. Uh, oh, it seems like this method is not getting called at all. So when I release, this method didn't get called. Interesting. Uh, why would that be? Let's just say if I have, is it like arrays? Issue. Okay, maybe like the array of keys is not. Just try one. Yeah. Hmm. So it was supposed to be only one. Anyways, we need to add this part. This is going to be the animation. Oh, sorry, gonna make it a bit smooth, I guess. Uh, oh, same issue. Um, hmm. Key down. Okay, it's that key release. Oh, we can just take this in a method, like a function. To idle back idle state. Yeah, I think this would do. Yeah, for right and uh, let's see. Okay, now let's look at the space. Also modify agent completion. So jump mechanics is right now it's grounded and double jump. Okay, so we can add this in a over here. Maybe it can go outside also. Uh, what's w dot my Let's talk about uh, why it's not a function. Okay, but an event key k dot key is down, k dot is attacking. Um, yeah, coming back. Sorry, I had a text. Mm, okay, so I will time out here, blah 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 blah. It's not with key, it's not left or right. Then he comes back into kind of what is W dot bind here? Uh, is it something on it? Well, let's do whatever they say. Or whatever plot told us. See. Oh, why did it go? Okay, it's not jumping now. Getting frozen. W bind is not a function. What is W dot bind here? It's some internal thing is breaking while calling some of the method, it seems. I'm not sure what it is because here everything looks fine. So we jump is there. It's not working. What's interesting here is that I'm not able to figure out why it's breaking. It's like just broken. It's very weird. Uh, I think uh, From what I can see, the definition is little different than what we got maybe. Mm. Uh, I think for some reason it's hallucinating or like picking up a wrong data set. Uh, because like this method definition is different. Name is okay. So we add this in. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Now he's coming back to it's not smooth, but it is working. So okay. I think that thing is dependent. I feel like maybe last frame is missing in jump. Let me see. Uh, this is one here. The frames are this. Okay. While jumping, if he tries to attack, it looks pretty bad. Uh, I might need to change that. Don't know how. Anyways, coming back, I think like this tutorial, like the initial tutorial is pretty good. I should refer to this more. Oh, there's a trick. Try pressing F1 in the game, see all the blue outlines, is inspect more, and it will show all the bounding boxes, blah blah blah. This is put the tree adding code inside a loop. The first argument is the time in seconds here, so it will spawn and keep everyone's okay. Hmm. This floor. Hmm. Okay. So now I have got a little bit more idea about this framework. Uh, I think, yeah, let's move ahead. Uh, so let's just say it's not very smooth, but let's just say it's working. They're able to move, run, and walk properly, make the player jump properly. That's also kind of working. Attack. He is attacking, but if you can see the attack is not good. Uh, For me, like I want to set up one key for each kind of attack because like if you can see, there are different kind of attacks he can do. I think it is the yeah, so he has different kind of attacks that he can do. There are basically three kind of attacks, and I want like all three to have their own different. Oh, okay. So it seems this attack two and once it looks quite similar to me. It's just different hands. Okay. So one and two can be one attack. So like if he's just attacking, yeah, it will be basically like changing between two. And the third attack, I think I want to keep it out. Uh, Basically the third attack will be a separate key. And yeah, let's do it like that. Uh, Damage, we will do it in that way. Uh, First is like hand, first second is like combining the hand attack. And second attack would be with the legs. Right, so let's just find that attack thing. And press F, right? So here, okay. So here I want to change the logic in a way. It's oscillating between uh, okay. Let's just see what's happening right now. We go to current attack combo. uh, It's oscillating between one, two, three, right? But we just wanted to. I'm thinking like I can rather combine the first these two attack sprites, and that way uh, it will be one single sprite of attack and it gets it between the frames. Not sure how, but anyways, it's fine. It's like if you just click one time F, it will punch with right. But within 1 second, if you are able to switch, then you will be changing hands. But it's like quite. glitchy. Anyways, I'll come back to that later maybe. For now, let's move to adding another key. So let's add G as a second attack key. Uh, okay, so let's just say G and we don't need this. We just need player up as attacking. Uh, true. And here we have player attack 3, attack sprite, attack build, attack combo. What was it? Current attack combo. Just a number. So let's go to attack 3. Think I changed it at the wrong place. It's supposed to be over here. Attack 3. Box. Attack box. Key. Direction. It's just and then I press G, he does this, and I press that, and it's how you pressing like with it. But like if you see my press, like it doesn't make sense like what he's doing. Maybe the movement should be slow, like when you switch, should be a bit slow so that it makes sense what's happening. And kick is fine, kick is just fine. Stride. So this is fine, I guess. Now, okay. So let's just see where are we now. Make the player jump properly, attack properly, add the enemy character. Uh, we'll come to platform in a while, like upgrading our platform. For now, let's just to add um, enemies. Uh, same platform maybe. Like, uh, so how are enemies going to be enemy movements? We already have added the enemy character. Basically, it's just uh, we did not uh, spawn them. Everything was already done before. Yeah. We just had to spawn them at the right place. Uh, and we just do this so that that's why if you see there is this issue because the sprites are too big. I just want to cut the, I want him to be able to jump over him. So maybe jump force can be more, like say 800. Like right now, I understand the issue. Like right now, there is that issue when so basically when we are creating the sprite at that time, I have to make some changes. And, mm, let's just say to here. I'm just making it easier for me to visualize. So that like the load assets are here, carbon contact layer, and now what we have here is okay, let's see background. Okay, so now from what I can see, the enemy character is there. So now we have to add enemy spawn and correct inches, right? I think before I do this, like the enemy thing, I think now is the right time for me to work on the uh, platform part. So that just yeah. So before I work on the enemy spawn occur places, enemy has movements within specific range. Then there can be that kind of enemies which can follow you. Enemies can follow and right distances. So, but before all this, there's another part, platform, right? So now I have to work on the platform thing. Uh, Platform. Right now, I don't want to add obstacles. There will be just platform and gaps. Right? Should I make it like that, or should I just make like a platform which continues throughout, and you can jump on those things, and then maybe like I can add those gold coins and all on them, so user will go on to get those. Then they can give you some power. Right now, I don't know how I can add power. Uh, right now, like collectible objects are these sprites and characters. So these things are going to be the collectibles. I think I'll add like one or two of those. Let's say like there will be coin. This is just the animation of coin. Then there might be diamond here, or maybe like a chest. Yeah, I think there can be two things, like two, three kind of things. One would be like chest, other would be and this kind of chest, and then there would be coin. That would be enough, I think, if I have three kind of things. But yeah, we'll see other things. Uh, Trying to find, so basically, like, there can be some magic effects and all. So that is something I'm trying to find. So when our enemies attack us or something, uh, we can show something like that. Like let's say this laser, just to make it interesting. I think I'll go with the simple thing right now. This one. It seems to have few things. Laser, spark. Hey, I can add invisible. This is cool. But like yeah, laser looks cool. And the spark looks cool. My use case. Okay, let's download this. And I think I will be going out soon. Like once I'm done with this, then I will be basically we'll continue whatever we leave tomorrow for sure. Because it's getting interesting now. So I think tomorrow we will continue for sure. This thing where we will continue with the enemy. Where will we let leave for now? Like platform and gaps is what I'm trying to do. And then maybe like I can like when I add this thing, uh, and then we can add say magic power, add the player, and similarly like player can also have magic power to attack the enemy. So this thing will be after enemy thing. I mean, it's kind of like I know I'm getting sidetracked, so I will move this also to later. So for now, like uh, there are a few of the things that we have for today. platform and gaps. This is going to be important. And then the enemy spawn. Enemy properly moving, attacking, taking damage is good. Oh, I have to keep a score also. Keep a score card, right? And then later maybe we can also add uh, healing, right? Healing objects and power ups for using. Okay, right? So yeah, these things can be added later on. So now let's just see. Yeah. Okay, now let's add platform. Yeah. In the platforms, we have also I downloaded few things for platform. So let's use that. Uh, Actually, this is not pixel, right? I just realized my rest of the things are pixel art, so this doesn't go with that. Or maybe I can change things. Like maybe the background and all I will change. Everything will be like this kind of platformer concept, and the player will be like this retro player. I don't know how it could look. Might not look great, but could be interesting. I mean, let's do that. Maybe I will change the background also. Yeah, we'll use whatever we have here. This background looks good to me. It's like very simple looking good background. For now, so copy this. Okay, and put it back into our stuff. Actually, we have things here already. Let's just go with this for now. Uh, okay, let me see if it works. All right. I don't know, this looks like simple. It looks like that we are building a prototype. Yeah, it gives that it like that prototype feel, and I think I like that it has that prototype feel. Uh, so let's move ahead. Uh, vibecode.log. Okay, okay. I guess we can do the statements. Yeah. So, hey, I forgot. Like I have to use AI for stuff. I'm trying to do things on my own. This is for game building. We'll make some adjustments such as uh, so for that I think we can add a sprite. What did I do? I think I was using pencil previously, right? I want to use pencil previously. So, yes, perhaps I can teach it. Okay, so maybe I used, like in my first session, I used uh, cursor only. That's why like my credits also expired. Does it happen? Mm, we have Copilot, and that one has it. Okay, good, good. Uh, in my project, I think for now, I need something like this. So say, in this kind of things, I realize that if I had for designing the game, I had something, it would be easier to build this game. But right now, I think it's all by programming, so it's not like too like hard, but it adds like a layer of what do you say, an obstacle, because these things are just like for visualizing, and you can like if I can make it easily, then I can focus more on the game mechanics and like things that I want in my game to happen. It's like, so let's see background characters. Let's say land. What do we have in environment? It's not usable. I'll copy everything. Okay. And sprites or like my my platform the instead of the I want to use the sprites and place the images in sprite and use rotate ones to a different kind of platforms that I can use prompts. So basically, like there will be two, three kind of platforms, right? Since we have this multiple kind of looks. So let's say one will be the main ground, one will be hanging like in the air where user can jump. So things like that. So like these things might have little different. This one might be little different, like that kind of thing. So think let's see. Mm, key.I, key.I. X, Y with X, Y. Put this here. Wait, player is spawning here. But if I spawn here, okay. So we apply on the which keeps looking over keeps. Use a plain rectangle used to implement a request I will replace add logic to create a looking graph. The frame moves. Yeah. Okay. Looks like we got something. Uh, Okay, it replaced it with bridge breaks bonus. Sprite. It has added some new sprites where are we over here. Uh, okay. Ground one, brick one, not PNG. Okay. I wonder if I can combine multiple sprites and make something. Would that be possible? So this, everything, see how it looks. Uh, Seems it's too bad. Okay, so what just happened? Uh, I mean, I didn't even expect it to do it that much. And yeah, I think it did. Okay, sure. I remember last time, I think I was using cursor only. It was able to go through. It was cursor or not, I'm not sure. It could be something else. But there was that agent option, so I remember that part. So, so I guess whatever last time I used, it was able to analyze these images, and then at the end, it was able to create this sprites and all. It was also not accurate, but good enough. This one is like not that good based on what it got. Anyways, my in the tips, I want to combine multiple sprites, multiple sprites, single sprites. to uh, master sprite, which I can use to use across my code. Say I have two sprites with which I build my what I'll build my platform, and I want to combine a single sprite. The there I want say one above and one below the other, or various kind of combinations. How it's a possible example currently I have this these two let's say. Hmm. I think I can provide array of sprites. Then there are some options here, which I don't know. Okay. Kaboom doesn't directly support combining the sprites with tokens. Oh, but I think it did. You know, like, what was that? Sprite Atlas or something. What Sprite Atlas? Okay. Okay, Sprite Atlas, I think might be something else. Let's search for this. Sprite Atlas. Yeah, I think it's like having a lot of different sprites in one place. Something like or Sprite Atlas. Several textures into a single combined texture analytic reports. Okay, that's what it is. All right. All right. So I wanted to put all these sprites and then keep path start from sprites like what given. So it does understand what I just gave it. I wrote like a stupid prompt. Okay, it understood. Mm. Okay. Okay. Right. I give it the job. Let's go back to what we platforms price. Okay. Okay. All right. It's good. And now here, let's just what do we have for bridge? Okay, it gave me something about combining and make custom platform. So we make like a container. Mm. Okay, make this flexible so I can send array of objects which will have uh, name of sprite and position. Positions. Positions here. Each is flexible takes 2 arguments. First is array of objects and position. Name, position. It's quite tiring, but example usage. Okay. Let's just see how this is. Like, what's this? Right on front page. Right on front page. Oh, so talking about this one, I guess. It's right on front. This will be clear looking brown. Let's add K dot wrap to this. Let's just use same to see if it works. Hmm. Let's just first save the checkpoint. Uh, the point it was working and everything. Because I have a suspicion I might mess it up. Do this fine. Looks like this. Right. Just get there working. Plus, we started on platform. Started. Yeah. Let's just say if I subscribe. Remove subscribe. Go back. All right. Back. And what's happening here is, so okay, we were at updating the sprites and all. Uh, yeah, so create looping ground, right? Did we have any ground sprite? What is one? And this. Okay, so what we have is this set of grounds. Okay. Mm, Basically, what needs to happen is the the ones which will be hanging ones, they will be like this. They will be built by 10 and 12, it seems. And the bottom ground, like the main ground, I can do over using just ground 2, I guess. Maybe have something under it, like this. Let's try that. Um, this all ground okay. We have ground. Let's just write that ground. Let's just say this is that ground. Create looping ground. Let's just see. Right now, found bridge. For now, I will try to. Um, I wonder why that's happening. Create loop. Blah 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 blah. Does it have some gap? Let's see. This is I do. Okay. Okay, this is like the screen size divided by each. Say, okay, plus 2. Hmm. And have solid body. So it's needed. Where's the images? Platform. Starting platform would be right. I just need this platform. That's it. It's like I think we have the game at the end. That need to look this. Okay. Space, blah, blah, gravity, player, and flow. For some reason, their flow keeps repeating without needing anything. This is a thing maybe I can. We'll try with this looping around code. And okay, this is the if I added going for flow that is 25. I think it was 200, let's say 200. Um, and okay, in this game, actually, the player is not moving. The floor is at one place. In our case, I think the floor is going to keep, yeah, going down. And so for that, from what I understand, uh, I might need to just do the so I picked up say ground so this one is going to be 150. Right now, the way our ground is, it's like broken. But like if you see problems, alright, so set the rest of the page. Can we add like two sprites here? Since it says 0 to zero zero. On additional is 320. Right, so where was I? I forgot. Sorry. Um, so okay, I see that jump is still broken. If I do double jump, it gets broken. This specific cases. Yes. For now, the ground is like platforms, and here what we have is sports like platform two positions for the character is the character starts from left the beginning of the game and other game will click cloud eventually. So the cloud platform will be at the box screen and basically using I guess cloud to using cloud to write for it as 28 28 size. So it's probably just saying well, in this will change position there just bottom and for now bottom of the platform for now and walking will change will just be changes still let's just save this whatever API platforms price added and changes honestly, it's not going as I thought smoothly as it would go. It could be because I picked like Kaboom, which is like not very popular and might not have very much data for the LLM to train upon. So it's becoming hard, like no matter which LLM I pick, I'm having issues. Okay, now it's giving me some structure here. Uh, I'm planning to do that later on once I'm done with the game. Once I'm done with the basics, like I will split the files, have a proper structure. Uh, for now, like this is just gonna be simple platform game in a single file. Create layer. I think it didn't understand. I mean, oh, image position from layer. Let me report it for here. Oh man. Such issues can happen, like it's not that it's like the LLM is not that clever that it will understand everything. Okay. So now we have that the blah blah. But now like this looping round, I will keep the code but not use it like this. I will make further adjustments later on. And these platforms also, these platforms are going to be useful when I start creating that map basically, but for now, yeah, we don't need that. Say after setting quality, like this, I create player idle, position, position is kind of important. So everything else was fine. Let's just see now what I think we mean body. From what I can see, ChatGPT doesn't know much about Kaboom.js. It seems. And I'm getting tired. Okay, so we're repeating something to why is loop not available here? Okay, where was I? Okay, here, so now in the position, okay, let's just say, okay, I need to look at this also. But this is all gonna be, this is all gonna be the platform for it. And right now, let's just say we don't need anything to do with it. And k dot set gravity. All right, so Okay. I wonder why it starts here. Why it's starting. The position is like set properly, I guess. Not sure. Let's try a loop function which performs an action every 6 seconds. Hmm. So we added platform. It's like position 0. And we also have okay. And then we throw up. Okay, didn't change much. I wonder if this is correct. Is it correct? X is 0, then it will increase by 128. Okay. Oh, that's what we are doing. Where is the position? Height minus 128. Okay. So it's going like 896 or 792. So the screen size is 1920. That's the same. Why does it load so quickly? I think it starts like before even that. That's what's happening. Instead of this, let's try the mouse. Seems like Hmm. What is cloud? It's what is this foolishness? Okay. It seems like it's still not properly doing it. It's very annoying. I don't understand. I don't understand much that's going on. I'm sure it's breaking. So let me just freeze it a little bit so that I'll be at least able to show ChatGPT this thing. It's like the players, like player is player 84 by 128. So this is say player is two tiles, right? Player and it is about time. Actually, the player is two times over 28 is 256 because the amount is speed. Is 128. Yeah, 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 yeah. And so it saves the contacts of equal summary that swings down about place value because of the block. And I'm sorry tab below plays round two tiles flush with screen. Uh, and this is not useful. It's just same thing, refactored, and now I feel I'm still. Right. Oh, this position. Same height minus that height, that height. Plane height is let's say 256. Oh, I think I got it. Like this thing changed it. So basically, previously, since it was not proper, the height was not sitting right. All right, so now we have this. This is good in some ways for us. I don't want this extra 128 pixel gap between. Uh, not sure why. Why would that gap be there? Right, so seems like this is like I wonder like if I had a game engine because I've tried some game engines like Auto and they were pretty good. Like it's very easy to design the games over there and then just like for development you just add in mechanics and it's like pretty easy over that kind of platforms. But like it has all the things that we would need to do.